What if you tried to fly around the world and never came back? This is one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. It is the story of Amelia Earhart, an English easy lesson. First, let's start with some vocabulary. A pilot. A pilot is someone who flies an aircraft. An aircraft is a plane. So a pilot is someone who flies a plane. The person who drives the plane is called a pilot. Aviation is the science of flying. Aviation, the science of flying. Courage, bravery in difficult situations. If you are afraid, but you act brave, you have courage. Adventure, an exciting journey. One of the best feelings in life is adventure. Record, the best achievement officially documented. Be aware this is not record, a different type of word. This is record, the best achievement officially documented. If you are the best absolutely at anything, you may set many records. The record for the fastest marathon was just broken in London a few days ago. Disappearance. Disappearance. The act of becoming missing. If something goes away, it becomes lost. It has disappeared. The noun form is disappearance. Journey, a long trip. If you drive for many, many, many miles, or if you walk for a long way, you may be going on a journey. Ocean, a large body of water. There are 7 oceans in the world, I think. Achievement. Say that one with me. Achievement. Something successfully completed. Achievement. Freedom. The ability to act without restriction. One of the best feelings in life, again, is freedom. Let's start with the story. Amelia was born in 1897 in the United States. She was always curious and loved adventure. She did not follow traditional expectations for women at the time. Amelia took her first flight in 1920. From that moment, she wanted to become a pilot. Flying gave her a feeling of freedom. Amelia took her first flight in 1920. From that moment, she wanted to become a pilot. Flying gave her a feeling of freedom. She became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean alone. This achievement made her internationally famous. She inspired many women around the world. Amelia planned to fly around the entire world. It was an extremely dangerous journey, but she believed it was possible. In 1937, Amelia began her final flight. During the journey, she disappeared over the Pacific Ocean. No one ever found her or her plane. Her disappearance became a global mystery, but her courage still inspires pilots today. She proved that women could achieve anything. How much did you understand? When was Amelia Earhart born? Do you remember? She was born in 1897. What was her profession? This means what was her job? She was a pilot. What record did she break? She was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. What was her biggest goal? Her goal was to fly around the whole world. And what happened in 1937? She and her airplane disappeared, and they were never found. All right, let's talk about some grammar. We use past modals to talk about possibilities or guesses in the past. If there is something that is uncertain that happened in the past, we use the past modal. So you should know what modals are for the present tense: could, might, must, but we can also use modals for the past. And some examples are: she could have survived the crash. It is a possibility that she survived the crash, but it is not certain. The plane must have run out of fuel. It's uncertain, but it is probable that she ran out of fuel. She must have faced strong winds. A strong guess is what that would be used in that situation. So the structure is a modal plus have plus the past participle. So could, have, and then the past participle being the verb in past tense. Let's complete these sentences. She blank have gotten lost over the ocean. Now, this is a bit difficult and a bit confusing because of the lot of the modals are interchangeable. Interchangeable means that you could use either or. Both of them would work. So you can say she must have gotten lost over the ocean, she could have gotten lost over the ocean, or she might have gotten lost over the ocean. All three of these could work in this situation. The weather might have caused problems, could have, or must have, or probably not must have. Must have is a stronger one. The plane must have crashed into the sea. It must have. It's not particularly certain, but typically with using modals, what you can use is either the could have or might have. The possibility and uncertainty work in any situation. You use must have if it's a much more certain guess. So let's try exercise number 2, and it might make a bit more sense for you. Maybe she was tired during the flight. If we rewrite this one using a past modal, we would say something like she could have been tired during the flight, she might have been tired during the flight. Less likely that we would use, but we could use, is she must have been tired during the flight. Must is a word that we use for certainty in the present tense, but in past tense, in the past modal, it usually indicates a little bit more uncertainty. It is possible the engine stopped. How would we rewrite this using one of the past modals? You could say the engine could have stopped, the engine might have stopped, or maybe you could say the engine must have stopped. I'm sure she faced strong winds. Now look at the beginning of this sentence. I'm sure implies, it means that there is strong certainty. So this is one of the situations where we would say she must have faced strong winds. Please be aware that this is almost all three of these are almost always interchangeable. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to choose it as long as the form is correct. The form being the structure of a modal plus have plus past participle. Using the correct modal is not as important as using the correct structure. Amelia Earhart was brave and determined. She broke records and inspired many people. Her final journey remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more English lessons.